one, I think that we need to make being a landlord so prohibitively expensive that nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So you do just have to discourage the ownership of second homes. Homes should be lived in by the people who are paying for it. And
You
landlords,
say higher minimum wage. That will legit stopping the poverty a little bit. That will stop the niggas fucking stop being up behind their rent. They have resident rent every fucking 1 year, 2 years, or fucking $100. That will stop a lot of things.
You know, and I'm not talking about the president, because before you even get to that, you have to hold your local politicians accountable.
well, people do need the availability of cheap rental properties. They used to be called council housing.
It's the Wizard of Oz. It's magic tricks. You doing this, and they do something down here. Focus on what's down here for some. Focus on what's really counting before we look around. And it's really going close. It's too late. It's too fucking late, man. Welcome back to part 3 of episode 52. Like, share, and subscribe to H.F.C podcast. I'm your host again, Wes Hunt, and this is my co-host,
Just the God.
like you said, you already know, just a podcast where we get lit, talk about lit things on a high frequency, man. But we on part 3, we talking about solutions, solution based, and we're gonna go to a clip from Novara Media, and it's based in the UK, but like maybe we can incorporate some of these solutions in America. You know what I mean? And we have to get some solutions for this regardless, man. Whatever your take is on this shit's a fucking problem. It gotta be some kind of solutions to this shit. There's always solutions to it, but if the people in power want to do it. But I'm gonna go into part 3. We're gonna get to the clip. So this clip is from the Novara Media, like I said. I mean, let's vibe out. Let's react.
Selling the house. What can be done?
Well, look, what can be done is that, one, I think that we need to make being a landlord so prohibitively expensive that nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.
Right? So you do just have to discourage the ownership of second homes. Homes should be lived in by the people who are paying for it, and landlords aren't the ones paying for it. We're the ones paying for it. We're paying off their mortgage, and so that's the first thing, is that actually, tax them till the pips squeak. Second thing is, you've seen this in Berlin as well. You have had legislation come in to essentially expropriate properties from the biggest commercial landlords. So it is something which can be done. It's happened in other countries. There's no reason why we can't do it here. And then the third thing is, well, people do need the availability of cheap rental properties. They used to be called council housing. Now, in the video, I don't take a starry-eyed view of council housing, because you had things like the Ronan Point disaster, which were the result of, criminally poor building standards when it came to some of these concrete prefabs. However, that wasn't the case for all council housing. Particularly in London, you still see examples of very well made, very beautiful, very pleasant council built homes, and that's something which I think could very much happen again if there was political will to do it. It is an investment by the state. They own that asset. They're able to set rents at social levels. It's expropriate, it's tax, it's build.
So that clip's from Novara Media, and I'm on some solutions. Tell me if y'all in the comments if y'all agree or disagree with some of the solutions she said. But what are some of the solutions for the homeless problem in America? That's the third question. What are some of the solutions for the homeless problem in America? Like, she has some ideas: cheap rental properties, taxing the landlords, like corporations coming to appropriate properties, and so they adjust the rent and set the rents lower or higher. They don't have to really go with the state requirements or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I agree or disagree with some of those. Or do you agree or disagree with some?
I agree with everything she's saying, but the only problem with that is like the All-Star game. You know what I'm saying? To get people to want to play real, it got to be an incentive, because you cannot private owners, if they don't have an incentive, which is most likely in this world for most people, it's going to be monetary, because it's not going to be empathetic or the right thing to do. They're not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because without an incentive.
How about this? And I hate to be the one to always go to this agenda conspiracy shit. And I don't say conspiracy to make it bad. I don't want to be the one niggas that making, I don't consider conspiracy bad. Somebody was talking about that the other day, and they broke it down. I mean, the same thing we always talk about. But as far as me being you said the private corporations, unless it's monetary, which is facts, they're not gonna have no really motherfucking motivation to do it. But do you think, besides monetary, if it goes against they plan, And I'm just gonna say this: the natural quote, the New World Order, the New Empire, what they want to call it.
But
You know what I mean? If it's going against that, no one we talked about, Manny, what you call it? So if it's going against that, do you think they still would be down with it, whether it's gonna bring them back monetary success or not?
Because
do you think they're hunting for money?
Listen,
now, I'm asking that before you go on.
I'm gonna answer that because it depends on how we're gonna view this whole situation. If you're
you gotta view it like we always view.
But
realistically.
I do view realistically, but I view realistically on many different levels. On a high level, what you're saying is the truth. On a level, what I'm talking about with the New York City, no, that's not the case. That's just regular people doing what they're supposed to do. That's just what have to be done. Now, let me finish.
You said regular people in New York City doing what they have to do, but how you can say that when New York City and everything is just it's a part of the big plan?
Right.
It's because New York City, everything's a part of it. You think New York is not run under the motherfucking
I'm not saying that it's not, but I'm not saying that it's not, but there's other states you will go to where you don't see the poverty, where you don't see the motherfucking shit like that. So therefore, it's a state-to-state thing. It's a state-to-state thing. I think that New York.
And you think they don't know that if they don't want to change that? You think that's that part of their shit as well?
I think that
where their family lives.
Me personally,
where they set up camp, and that's why there's no property and no private.
Me personally, I think that when it comes to individual, when it comes to delegating out, the federal government delegating out $200 million, $300 million to New York City per se, right? For instance, when they come out and they say we're going to give, what was it? I want to be exact. When we have $100 million that's going to go to child care, right? And that money has been allocated from the federal government, you know what I'm saying? From the federal government to the state government, right? Because America is built on 51 states? 51 states that govern themselves but pay taxes back to the federal government, right? So now when that money's allocated to the state, do we really believe that they're going to use that whole $100 million child care? Or do we know human beings and that money is going on vacations and cars? So that becomes a personal thing because that's where that money is going. It's like when Cam said, right, when he was up at the record, and this is a smaller scope of what I'm saying, and he went and Shorty at the record label was like, yo, bro, you don't notice the son got that car? You don't notice that someone on that vacation? That was your budget money that they used to do that when they telling you that the money is done. And that's what I'm saying. When you're dealing with regular people, they're going to take that money, they're going to do whatever the money, the federal government going to say, here's your $100 million, you say you needed that for child care, here's that. Now, when Mayor Bloomberg, when the governor, first off, start to allocate it to different, do you really believe that money is going in their pockets, bro? Listen, so that's why I say it comes down to whether or not the people want to do the right thing. The larger agenda is going to come into play towards the end, not in the beginning.
But that's the whole point. What I was trying to say, people doing the right thing. These niggas, the people that runs the road, don't have our best interest at heart, as we know, as we said on many things.
100% agree with that.
So why it's okay? Say if it works in the beginning, cool. I'm thinking long haul. Say if it works in the beginning, good. Say if it works for 5, 6, 7 years, good. Once they catch a win of it, if it's not according to their plan.
Well, we got to deal with that when that comes. We got to deal with what's ahead of us right now.
We don't know if it's going to get that far.
Well, okay.
I'm not just saying not to do it, but I'm just saying
we can't deal with that because, realistically, we know. You don't live in the past and you don't live in the future. You live in the present. So you do what you can do in the present. Because do we really believe Jumaane Williams and Eric Adams is part of the Illuminati, the bigger, larger scale of things, and that's who's running New York City? So we deal with that. We deal with Governor Hochul and them.
I let you go for a minute. The whole thing is this: they don't have to be down. You're still down because once they make a shit, what runs you, they run. What if they don't run them? They run them.
What's your solution?
That's the whole point. I'm gonna say the solution, but the solution have to come from a real place. The solution have to come from a real change. What's the change gonna be? I don't know. What's the real change we're gonna do? I don't know. I do real talk, all this voting shit, all the other shit. Cool. But as long as these motherfuckers still running this shit, they really want to run for the last.
How you get them out of office?
I don't know.
I'm not voting for them.
But listen, the thing is,
not voting for them.
Do you know how to get all this shit out? Do you know how to get all this shit done?
A war that we don't need because none of us ready for war. That's the only way.
No,
that's the only way.
It's not. How you gonna say that when I got things right here?
Eternally. Bro, because everything that you're saying, I gotta be done. Go ahead, speak.
Stop. So bro, it's not a war, it's not all the shit like that. I didn't say none of that.
I said that.
Cool. The way that I stop that, you have your own internal war. The way to really stop that is to stop patronizing everything.
That's what I said.
Okay, Ron, I let you just stop.
That's what I said, though.
Great. Like, stop going on motherfucking trains. Stop motherfucking voting in general. Don't vote for nobody. The vote come up, nobody votes for nobody. Nobody pays the train fare. Everybody hops. Nobody pays the bus fares. Nobody do this. Everybody goes to the fucking grocery store and start boosting. They can't keep it up. We outnumber them. That's the radical solution. But here's the other solutions.
That's war.
I mean, it's a peaceful war.
That's what's going to come. That's not a peaceful war because they're not going to let that happen.
Okay, cool. Then nobody jumps. Nobody this. Nobody just go to work. Nobody just pay the rent. Nobody. It's just start. There's everything crumbles out.
That's what I said.
Unplug. Cool. If you have some extreme gonna happen like that, that's one of the things that's gonna have to happen. Hold up.
So I said that a million times. Unplug. Stop playing their fucking game. Stop playing their game.
The other way I got it. Now I mean, if like I said, by some chance, these motherfuckers show up their heart and stop wanting to have the best interest, which is never gonna happen. But I'm saying,
I'm not gonna hold them accountable.
These are what you call the shit. They say, okay, these are things you can bring up if you want to hold them accountable, if you want to go to the vote and shit and talk to Congress and all that shit, right? You can say higher minimum wage. That will stop the poverty a little bit. That will stop the niggas fucking stop being behind their rent. They have resident rent every fucking 1 year, 2 years, a fucking $100. That will stop a lot of things. Change the curriculum that y'all teach it in school. Things more like, also, they'll never think but trades. Both sides of mathematics things that can get you to
that's what
real
they used to do in the
things.
60s and the 50s.
Science, mathematics,
took the trade
and
out of
trades.
School. That's what E-Hall
things that
was,
get you money.
Westinghouse was, trade schools.
How about things about stock? And classes about investing. How about that? That will stop a lot of poverty and a lot of things, and a lot of niggas getting broke.
Education. Proper education.
How about that? Let me keep going. Cheaper rent.
See, that's private. That's hard. That's
y'all privately own every motherfucking nigga else.
That's private.
That's also stop. Like, if you looking for,
but that's me owning my own house and me charging my own rent.
I understand.
You gotta get an
incentive. I got
that
that from what Shorty said. If you want to go, like I said, it's happened in other countries. Like, y'all do privately owned shit, privately owned presidents, privately owned this, privately owned fucking that, privately owned that. But they all privately owned presidents.
Yeah, they call them fucking they do got them. They call them motherfucking projects.
You got privately owned. You know how to projects.
They call them projects, but that's what the government owns for people who ain't got no money to live.
And they also still call them tenements, and both of them tenements. And the Jews is living there. The project is all fucked up. The thing about it is like
same shit, but that's what the government have for people who ain't got money. Projects.
The thing about it is like the cheaper rent. Cause I probably own everything. I could probably own prisons, a whole bunch of fucking prisons. There's a lot of people that have been confining people and putting people in detriment. But you can't probably own something that's gonna lift people up and probably put more of a light instead of being more of be more of a light on the world instead of a blight. There might be a blight in the world. These are things that y'all can either go the radical way. I said these are real fucking ways. You can go the radical way, but if you go do it what you gonna bring to Congress, you can bring these motherfucking shits up. And let's hope you vote for the right person, and the right person don't get their head popped off and they start doing things against the motherfucking thing like everybody else. That's the whole point. Even if you vote, my whole point is this. I'm not saying not to. That's my whole point. My whole thing is this: how fucked up this shit is, and how it's our fault. How far we made this shit go and get along, and get so far going that even if JFK is the most popular one, that even if you have for somebody with our best interest at heart that's trying to speak up. Bow! They probably don't go as far as that now. Just try to use it. You're a pedophile, you this, you that, car crash, heart attack, whatever, blackball you.
But the only solution is to stand up, because that's what's going to be the case for God. You have to stand up, and you have to hold the people that you put in office to do something accountable.
It's got to be something drastic.
You have to, because if you don't hold them, because obviously knowing for the last 50 years, I'll say 50 years, I'm only going to count within the terms of my living. Say give it 50 fucking years. If they've not done nothing in 50 years, I can't. If she cheated on you in 50, she ain't going to do nothing then. So you got to start holding her accountable when she come in the house late. That's it. You got to hold her accountable. If it means that I don't vote for nobody until I find the right fucking candidate, that's what I do. But the people have to hold somebody accountable. If you do not, and I'm not talking about the president, because before you even get to that, you have to hold your local politicians accountable.
My nigga, like I said,
not the president.
Going back to what I'm saying, and he's 100% right, but back to what I'm saying. And we can just go there. I don't think it's going to have that far with that shit either, but you can at least try that. Why not?
That's what really counts, not the president.
But going back to what I'm saying, niggas is too far gone because of the agenda.
You know what I'm saying?
Loving hip-hop.
I agree with. I don't disagree with that.
I'm not saying you do. I'm just trying to say to them. Yeah, to fucking
involved.
Even have this conversation.
But that's what this show is for. To enlighten and to awaken. Those who may be too far gone.
And to involve the bitch shaking the ass, loving hip hop, influencer videos and prank videos and going to parties and buying Balenciaga and wondering about if Kanye West bitches naked on TV and what about Beyonce and fucking fucking Taylor Swift got beef and Jay-Z and Beyonce's breaking up. All this shit to keep y'all distracted while they keep.
Absolutely.
That's what. Listen, man. Like I said, we're going to advise you, but I'm going to go through my solutions again. It's because we always want to end up a solution for y'all to get solutions. It's the Wizard of Oz. It's magic tricks. You doing this, and they do something down here. Focus on what's down here. Focus on what's really counting before we look around. And it's really going close. It's too late. It's too fucking late, man. Like I said, it's too late.
Like for instance, when the migrants came into New York City, who said it was good for them to come here? It wasn't the president. It was the fucking mayor of New York City, Eric Adams. He should not be mayor again.
Of course, but the president said, no, what the fuck y'all doing? He can stop it. But
no, but what we have to understand is that what I'm saying is that because the mayor of Texas said no, get the fuck out, and they shipped them out. The mayor of New York City could have said no and got them the fuck out and shipped them out.
That's what makes it look real. Because you're always gonna have people like Trump that may be down, but it's not now. They may give you a little rap.
What I'm saying is that
it's internal wars.
Of course, there's internal wars.
You know what I
mean? Because they're all politicians. No, I'm talking about basic. I'm not talking about.
I'm talking about that's
one. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about.
It's always gonna be internal wars.
I'm talking about the lower nigga. Of course, he was pandering to people. That's why he's pandering to the Democrats. I understand why he did what he's doing. He never thought he was going to be mayor of New York City. He ended up mayor of New York City, so he's pandering. I get it. But he's pandering at the fucking taxpayer cost, and the taxpayers need to say something.
Solution.
Just like the brothers in Staten Island who stood up and stand up and said, we're not having it.
What's your solution to them?
We have to demand more from our politicians. We have to demand more. Unless you're going to fit on... To me, there's only two solutions. For us to physically put money up together and do something. That's not gonna happen, right? So the only other thing other than that is to fucking hold your politicians accountable for what you put them in office to do. That's the only other thing.
My thing is this, boom. Like I said, it's either be a revolt, a peaceful revolution, by saying no, we ain't paying nothing and shit anymore. We ain't doing nothing. We ain't supporting this fucking system anymore. And yeah, it's gonna come with some backlash, but you stand up like that, or like I said, we go to do it his way, and when you go to Congress, you talk about higher minimum wage. That would stop a lot of this shit. Better curriculums in school, more math and science, and more trade, and more things that's gonna get the kids, more things about investments and flipping money, and also just think that's gonna really be beneficial to them when they get out of school.
In the future,
even in college,
for 2040, 2050.
Even in college, we want to advance that education, have a deeper education on the things they used to do in the high school. Deeper science, deeper math, deeper things about your trade, right? Like,
you can get that in college. You can get that in college. If you go to college, you can seek whatever you want.
But they also don't encourage people to go for shit like that. People get a lot of useless fucking degrees.
Because they're based on what they're going for. You only get the degree that you're going for. You ain't getting it because they gave it to you guys, because that's what you said. I want to go to school and be an economic this.
But I said because people go to school
because they felt that shit was going to give them a lot of money.
Exactly.
That's their fault. They should have did it for the love of what they were doing, not for the dollar. That's why they got caught up.
But also goes back to, like I said, anyway, but like cheaper rent, you know what I mean? Privately owned. That has to be privately owned, but privately owned fucking prisons.
Better than your projects that you privately own.
You probably own prisons to put a blight on the world. You know what I mean? You could probably own motherfucking buildings to put a light on the world. I mean, but like I said, that has to be on a person, and if the person want to do it and they have to fucking go hard and good intention, which you let it know they do not. Like I use critical thinking to me. Like, of course, I'm not saying nobody else does. I'm just saying in general to put everything always together, every situation, every subject, and every subject. Like we said, it always comes back down to you, and it always comes down to the fucking agenda. Like it's the two sides of two coins. So like the reason we into a lot of this shit, the reason we get bad curriculum, the reason we do this, the reason we have bad politicians, the reason we don't really vote for politicians, and we don't know to vote for the niggas in the cities. And no, all this is because it's for reasons, not because we just dumb. We was taught a certain way as a fucking people, as a world. We was taught, especially in America, we was taught as a country a certain way for hundreds and hundreds of years. Our parents and parents and parents are taught to believe in news and things like that. We're a little more sharper now. But a lot of us are still motherfucking close to the source. So I'm not negligent to know that. But that's my solutions. Real talk, because we want to be solution based. Like I said, he says his solutions is go for your inner city motherfucking politicians. So it's like
hold them accountable is my solution. Hold them accountable.
Hold them accountable. Like,
hold them accountable. Not vote for them because we'll be doing that anyway. Hold them accountable.
And we gotta hold all these people accountable. But like, share, and subscribe. I hope y'all enjoy this, man. Home city in America. Like I said, it's a problem, but it's fucked up for them as well. It's two sides of a coin. Like, it's also, I don't want to be more divide and conquer, but like we gotta do something about this shit. We can't. All we can do is do what we're doing right now. I mean, give a little $5, $1 here, $1 here, a water here when we can. I mean, people's in power, y'all can. I mean, and everybody's on some bad shit, so do what you gotta do. So any last words to wrap it up? But my last words. Put your last words for the episode. I mean,
hold yourself accountable. Don't wait for nobody to do anything for you. Do it for yourself.
My last words is this, man. Together, strong, divided, weak, like Planet of the Apes. Keep me under grace, never under law. A negative thought is weak. A positive thought is motherfucking strong. Else that's for life. Else that's for love. Else that's for loyalty. And you know that else that's for motherfucking liking. Chosen ones shine bright. Shine.